Hadithi yangu, my story. I tell it the way I lived it, the way I understand it, and the way it made me feel. It's my truth, my experience, my life. What's your story? Because we want to hear it. Welcome to Hadithi Yangu podcast, and my name is Cecilia Mlenga, your host and narrator.
All right. Good morning, bestie, friendy, sis, hubby, wifey. You remember when we were in school? I don't know. You were hubby or I was wifey?
I was happy you were wifey.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Good morning, hubby. Even though I have a real hubby now.
Good morning, wifey. Oh
How
my
are
God, I
you,
can't believe
hubby?
you remember this.
I
I'm
still remember. And
fantastic.
funny enough, your contact is
Yeah,
still saved. Hubby.
wife. Yeah,
Christabel
even
hubby.
mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
even mine still wifey. At some point when I got the invitation that you're getting married, I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
is it normal to still call her wifey? It's yeah, it felt weird, but I was like, "Nah, I'm not changing it. Let it just stay there." Yeah.
Yeah, you are happy first, so it's okay. Keep it that way.
Yeah. 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 I'm still the one. I'm
All
still
right,
number
good
one.
morning. Absolutely. I'm so happy to have you on Hadith Yangu podcast. Welcome officially to our podcast. Let's jump right into it. And I think as we have this conversation, the story of how we met and how things were will slowly unfold.
Yeah.
But we have been friends for 10 plus years, and having gone to school with you, I could see how self driven, confident you were. The more I got to know you, I started to understand why you were the way that you were.
Yeah.
For all listeners, I do have a baby, so you will hear the baby. No, I'm not a single mother. I am a mom with a very supportive husband that is not here with me at the moment. So yeah, and I don't have a nanny. So welcome to motherhood.
Yeah, and we
Oh,
love our baby. So, yeah.
yes, we do. So she's gonna be cranky sometimes, but I hope you guys understand. It's part of life, and this is real life.
Yeah. And it's part of the
Yeah. So as I was
process.
saying, so yes, I have known you for quite a bit, and as I mentioned, you have been one of those people, like very confident. There's certain things that you used to do when we were in school. I was like, I could never do that. But you could. So I started learning more about why you were the way that you were. But just to
Yeah.
start, who is Christabel and how do family and friends describe you?
I would describe Christabel as, or I would describe myself as a passionate, driven girl, a hardworking person, very extrovert. I'm not a shy person. I don't like staying inside at all. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
with my upbringing, I'm a very idyllic junkie. I very much like to do everything that is like a risk taking, living on the
Mm,
edge. Yes, living on the edge.
yes.
I love adventures, new experiences. I'm that type of person who, you know, um, just likes to be out there. Very
Yeah.
an outgoing person, I could really say that. But
Okay.
very positive also. And sometimes
Mm,
people don't think or notice I'm such an overthinker. But
mm,
all in all, it's very hard to detect it because, I'm always out there. But deep
yeah.
down, I'm that overthinker girl.
Yeah, and I think you're a happy person, so it's
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
for people to
very.
think like, "Oh, huyu hawazi au hafikiri."
Yes. Any Mimi, I don't think if I can count how many times in front of people I've ever been sad. Like, I don't know how
Mm,
to do that. Hata kama I'm sad, I cannot stay being sad for quite some time. Yani mimi
mm,
mwenyewe, it's like I'm being abnormal. No, that's not my thing.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And I think I picked up the same energy with you. And I guess that's why we ended up also being good friends
So
because I'm
yeah,
also very similar. I'm a very smiley person, laughing.
yes,
But it's very
yes.
hard for people to know. Kwamba,
Yeah,
mtu hayuko
energetic.
sawa.
Yeah, yeah. I think I truly agree on like how we connected. It's just any the
Yeah.
positivity, the energy, the good energy. We just always had the good energy, you know. I think that's where we really connected. When it comes to my family and friends, I think especially my family that were actually able to, all my close friends that were actually to see my transitions, from primary, secondary, university. Now I'm a working girl.
Mm,
They would say
mm,
first thing is I'm very determined in anything that I put
mm-hmm.
my mind and my heart into it. I really work with my heart so much and my spirit, like where my
Mm,
spirit drives me, I put all my 100%, and I'm very willing to take a
yeah.
challenge. I might
Yeah.
um I might be scared at first, but I can always dare to try. I rather fail than
Mm,
actually not to try. I'm very warm,
yeah.
very approachable. That sometimes actually very it approachable meaning. I think I had a lot of situations in my relationships. People are like, everyone knows you. Everyone can just have access to you, but it was because I'm
Mm-hmm.
warm, I'm charming, so it was very difficult for
Mm,
people or men that I dated. It was just like, you really need to
mm.
draw boundaries. But it was actually my personality.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
but
who you
I
are.
think, yeah, I think that's just who I am. And I think all this comes from being raised in a loving home. Like, my
Mm,
mom, my dad, my brother, we have similarities in characters, in personalities. Like, we're very similar. Like, it's very, my mom smiles
mm.
24/7. Like, she smiles
Yes,
24/7.
she does. She's
Yes, like,
absolutely gorgeous.
thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yeah. So I was raised in a loving home, a happy home. I think it was a contagious environment. That's why
Yeah.
that's who I am right now. So I think I have so much love to spread. I have so much love in me that just
Mm.
makes me want to spread it. That's why I don't have negativity. I'm always positive and loving. Yeah. That's who Christabel is.
The way you were just describing yourself, this is someone ambaye kwa kweli, as you can tell, she's very self-aware. You are
Yeah.
very self-aware, you know who you are. And something you mentioned about in terms of challenges, I know as of recent, maybe a month or over, you did
Yeah.
a cycling challenge. And my goodness, I could never. Can you please tell us how many kilometers you rode the bicycle for?
Okay, so we have these challenges yearly. Yeah, last year I did not participate because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But then this year
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to actually participate, and I was the only female to ride around
Mm,
Mount Kilimanjaro, not until the top, but around it. And we did it for 7 days to cover around 430 kilometers. So
oh
roughly
my
per day,
goodness.
yeah. So roughly per day, we could cycle for 70 kilometers. So it
Oh my.
was tough. It was tough. It was it was nice because I really again had a really supportive male support. Everyone just wanted to
Mm,
motivate, and everyone was willing to motivate me to reach. Everyone just reminded me
mm,
of my
mm.
capability. It was crazy. There was
Yeah.
a lot of falling. There was a lot of falling, like a lot. When I
Mm,
say a lot, Like sometimes hata nilidhani kwamba I'm just falling because I wanted to give up. Like I was looking for an excuse to just give up. But
Yeah.
I was falling and everyone was like, no, 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 twende, twende. I was saying like, guys, I'm tired. I wasn't made for
Oh,
this. But at the end of the day,
no.
on the seventh day, oh, it was the best experience, best feeling. And it just gave me
Mm,
another title in who Christabel is. It was a like
yeah.
people saw me very differently. Like I was never again the normal Christabel. Yeah, it gave me a just
Yeah,
different.
you achieved something extremely big.
Yes,
Mm,
yes, and a lot. The aim actually doing it is just to motivate other female cyclists to join the challenge next
mm,
year, and that yes, you might fall. You don't have to give up. A fall is just you have to dust yourself off and continue. So the main goal was for me to do it and just motivate other cyclists, female cyclists, to join. Yeah, and I think next year also we'll have a number of other people to join.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was personally motivated, but I definitely do not see myself coming. I'm sorry. I'm so motivated, but I don't think I could ever do it. Yani the fact tu ya kuendesha baiskeli hata nusu saa tu. Unakumbuka when we were in school, we
To
used to
ride a
take
lot.
bicycles
Yeah.
and go around the coffee
Mm.
plantation na nini. And I remember one time we ended up kule somewhere in Munduli kule.
Yeah.
Yamani,
Yeah.
I never forgot that pain. It was so painful. It
Yeah.
was so painful, and that reminded me that no, no, I'm never doing that again.
And fun fact,
Yeah,
actually,
so
personally, I actually don't like cycling at all. So, like at a savvy, I
mm,
would maybe per week, I would ride it maybe once. And that's just because I just
mm,
want to, just slowly prepare myself for next year. Lakini it's not like I'm a
yeah,
cyclist junkie. I don't like it. I don't like the
yeah,
pain that you get after that. And it
yes.
just feels like my bum will become like a rock. So yeah, and I don't want a rocky bum, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I
Yeah.
hear you. Um, now, now that you've mentioned Mount Kilimanjaro, so before we jump into the reason why we're even here, why we're having this conversation, one of the
Yeah.
most fascinating things I came to learn about you was that you were the youngest person to have climbed Mount Kilimanjaro at the age of only 10 years old in
Yeah.
August 2009. And I know
Yeah.
that your father is very instrumental in a lot of the things that you do. And this life achievement, I would say, also just shows how instrumental he was. So
Mm-hmm.
now that you're telling me you went around Mount Kilimanjaro again, this time cycling, I'm like, that is completely wild. But just from your words, it's you're the type of person that you take a challenge, even if it's something that you do not like, but you want to
Yeah.
challenge yourself to see how much you can achieve and how much you can do. So
Yeah.
I completely applaud you for the courage that
Thank
you have,
you.
and it shows. As much as at the time you were only 10, ukafika
Yeah.
mpaka peak,
Yeah.
lakini now as a young lady who has choice, who
Yeah.
hamna mtu atamlazimisha afanye au asifanye,
Yeah.
you
Mm.
still decided to take this challenge. So hongera sana. Do you
Asante.
remember this experience, the Kilimanjaro experience? Ulivyokuwa mdogo?
Uh to be honest, actually, overall, I have climbed Mount Kilimanjaro 4 times in my whole
Oh
life.
wow.
Yeah. When now the first time is when I was 9 years old, actually, and that was the first attempt, and of course, sikufika. Unfortunately, lakini it was just because I think it was the first time. It was a hard route,
Mm,
so I got tired even before trying to attempt the summit day.
yeah.
Lakini for me, it was because I didn't understand what I was doing. So I didn't know how much energy or I need to put on the last day. So I kept a
Yeah.
lot of energy huku chini and just being excited because I'm doing something with my dad. I'm creating a different bond with my dad. And yeah, I'm daddy's little girl. I'm the only girl in my family.
Mm,
So um the first time I didn't make it, and then the next year I actually tried again when I was 10 years old. And again, it was just another way to bond with my dad. And it's a bond that no one can separate us from. It's a topic that we talk until today. Yani, I can speak to him about the mountain. I can speak to him about adventure at any time. And that was the bond that he kept in me, that yani chochote. And he gave me the confidence. Yani, even going outside and I speak about Mount Kilimanjaro, I know it by heart. Omona. So honestly, no, I don't remember the whole thing, but all I know is that I was excited, and for me, it was just building, just going to another trip with my dad. That is
mm,
all.
mm, mm,
Lakini sasa hivi, I attempted it back in 2020 after
mm.
10 years, and again with the gaining weight, a lot
Yeah.
of exercise, evolving my body changes and everything like that. I didn't achieve, and of course no one should lie, but the attitude sickness does happen. And because of all the safety protocols, I had to come down. But then again, that did not stop me because that's the industry that I'm in. I'm currently working in. I need to first hand experience it, because
Yeah.
if you don't experience it, you can never speak about anything without experiencing with passion. So I was looking for the passion, I was looking for the love of it. So I attempted it actually again this year in August, and I was relieving and I used the same route that I used when I was 10 years old. So I was
Mm,
trying to relieve my 10-year-old me, and trying to see the difference between when I was 9 and now. It's a journey on its own. Of course, everyone's goal and thought is to reach the Uhuru Peak, but for me, it was experiencing it day by day,
yeah.
experiencing my emotions, the way my body feels, my mentality, the spirit that I have. I cried so many times. Oh my God, I wouldn't lie, crying
Yeah.
because crying because I felt like I've already used my whole energy and I don't have any more energy to actually reach the summit. But I
Yeah.
needed to reach the summit because I wanted to feel the excitement. Like there's this feeling when you get there, like you're
Yeah.
untouchable, like no one else can tell you anything else. Yeah, you're on roof of Africa. So yeah, so that's a short brief of, and as I said, like how I describe myself is a risk taker. I challenge myself every day, but that's a feature or a character that I got from my dad. Yani he's a yeah, he's a daredevil. He just,
Yes.
whatever he puts his head at, he just tries. And not
Yeah.
every person can actually do that. So nimebarikiwa kwa kweli kupata such a
Mm,
character, and especially I'm a female, so I think it's a privilege. I
yeah.
got it, and I'm mastering it day by day.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I have met your dad.
Yeah.
He's an energy ball. He's an energy
Yeah.
ball. So sharp.
Yeah.
He does everything. Anyway, unaanza speedy here, he's like 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
imagine growing with him and just him being able to rub on that energy onto you. And it
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
Now you've mentioned that you guys are in that industry, hence why it was very important for you to, first-handedly experience the mountain, especially as
Yeah.
an adult. So your family business, what is it and what do you guys do? If you can, walk us through that.
Great. Yeah. Okay. A short summary. We are a tourism hospitality family that has been running this industry for quite some time now.
Mm,
We have two, luckily, we have two businesses, main businesses. We have
mm,
Asante Tours and Weru River Lodge. We are locally owned and based in Moshi, Tanzania. Asante Tours is actually my age, 26 years old now. It's
oh, wow.
crazy. Yeah, it's very crazy, but luckily we're still running up and pushing and just being able to showcase the beautiful motherland, Tanzania.
Mm, mm,
We specialize in all different types of mountains, your Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Meru, Oldonyo Lengai, any
mm,
small other mountains. We're very much an adventurous company, so we
yeah.
really love the mountains. Yeah.
Mm,
We also do wildlife safaris. It depends either on the northern side on the or the southern side. We do both sides. We
mm,
also showcase the culture tourism. So your popular culture actually, your Maasai, and of course, because I'm Chaga, we also
mm, mm,
incorporate also the Chaga lifestyle. You know.
yeah.
Um, and of course, Zanzibar, our beautiful blue water island that we're very proud of. So we also organize beach holidays and try just it's not just offering a trip, but we put it very personal, authentic, and that's why we us as the family we get involved in it. You know, my father is a professional mountain guide, so he does it with passion. It's just not going, any CEO would just love to sit in the office, no. But we get ourselves involved because we have the passion. So we share the passion that Tanzania has, you know. Tanzania is very rich. So we try to share and expose people to what we have. And then as the hospitality side, the Were River Lodge has been running over 14 years now. It's an eco-friendly lodge. It was built in a more cultural, not the modern, buildings. We're trying to showcase the Africanness that we have in our country. We have your comfortable accommodations, conferences facilities, bar, restaurants, swimming pool. We have camel rides. We have ducks roaming around. Just to it's a combination of nature, beautiful environment, and very peaceful. It's outside the town, so there's not a lot of pollution. So it's more of relaxing, and I guarantee that you will relax and enjoy the nature that is surrounding us. Yes. So that's a short brief of what our family does.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Um, Now, do you remember? Have you had a conversation with your parents why, how they came about starting this business, especially Asante Tours, considering it is
Yeah.
exactly your age now? How
Yeah.
did they come about starting this business and then later expanded to Weru River Lodge?
Actually, originally, yes, my parents are both Chaga from Machame,
Mm,
but my dad was raised in Tabora, Nzega. So, deeply, he had the passion, as I said, adventure. He loves to travel. He loves to create different experiences, and he's a people's person. So he started his life with selling your maduka ya jumla.
Mm.
So back and forth. The business was in Moshi, so he had to do your back and forth from Nzega to Tabora. And then he met my mom. My mom is a professional accountant. Uh, so alivyokuwa anaenda ile back and forth akajikuta, he's now getting exposed to the tourism industry because the motherland ya tourism kwa kweli ni Moshi Kilimanjaro because of the famous highest mountain in Africa that we hold. Kwa
Yes.
hiyo, yes. So he started as how everyone starts. They start as a porter. Kwa hiyo, he was working for different companies back then as a
Mm.
normal porter, whereby you carry your 20 kg going up and down. And then he started now, trying to do the marketing himself, getting 2 clients, 3 clients, even for a month or maximum five clients per year. So he
Mm.
started the small business kidogo kidogo, and then mke wake, of course, akamjoin, and mama was just busy doing the mathematics. She was controlling the money since day one. But they all had the same passion of uh, giving out the experience, giving people the luxury or even the comfort or even the experience to just test your limits and capability up the mountain. And then they bought their first car to take guests up in safaris. So, lakini all in all, they just had a passion to provide service and just meeting different people from different countries, different cultures. Yeah, so that's a short brief kwa kweli. Yani wao ni watu wa watu. Kwa hiyo nadhani they just wanted connect to sio na Tanzania tu, lakini kuleta hiyo experience na kuuza Tanzania yetu. Yeah.
I love that. I didn't know some aspects of that story, so it's very eye-opening. Um Oh wow. Hongereni sana. And it shows because a lot of business, a lot of
Yeah.
businesses usually fail very early on. So the fact that they've been able to, or you guys now, you've been able to sustain the business up until now, it's soon gonna be 30 years,
Yeah.
of Asante tours. So that is really good, especially for even a family business. It shows
Yeah.
how the strong unionship that you guys have to keep things going and using each person's skill set to
Yeah.
contribute to the business.
Yeah.
So can you share with us what growing up was like for you? How was your life structured at home, especially around the family business? Because with my understanding, your parents have been on this journey full time ever since you were born. So you were born into the business, you've seen it growing up. How was it like for you at home? And how much were you exposed to the business even before you ever got involved?
Okay. As how I mentioned in my introduction, right? I was raised in a loving home. Yani kweli upendo na amani. We actually kwenye ukiangalia even our cultural colors in both the companies, we have the one love colors, the Rasta colors,
Mm.
red, yellow, and green.
Yeah.
So it's all about upendo na amani katika familia yangu. So I was very exposed, me and my brother, at such a young age. We were the tails of the mom and dad. Wherever they were going, I was going. Yes, my brother and I, we have a 6-year gap. Lakini we were still raised together. Na, as I said, wherever my parents were going, we were going, sio porini, sio hata kama they were going with guests kwenda kuwaonyesha wanyama, we were there, you know. And because my parents also love the adventure, they used to take a lot of vacations. Yani kama ni holiday, we'll be going to Serengeti, we'll be going to Manyara. Yani we were there na tuko tunasomeshwa each and every animal that we were seeing with fun facts, with facts that why are they there, what are they doing, features zao zote. Kwa hiyo at a young age we were actually brought into the business family. Ndo maana hata mimi I was able to climb at a young age, you know.
Mm,
Probably in any family, I think a lot of people would climb maybe on their own now. They can actually afford it and, you know, they have a choice. Lakini for me, my dad just wanted to introduce us to the life, that life, because they think or they thought that it's a good life and it's a peaceful life, you know, because yes, kuna challenges, lakini at the end of the day, seeing people happy, you know, having those reviews of like, I had an amazing time. It's a satisfaction that wametuambukiza kwa kweli, kwamba yani
mm,
seeing your guest, you've hustled to get these people to fly all the way to Tanzania and being able to accomplish or to fulfill their dream.
mm,
It's a different satisfaction actually. Unajua kuna wale watu everyone has a different satisfaction, lakini mimi mgeni wangu akiniandikia a review ama akanipigia simu ama akanitumia message just to appreciate my effort and my team that we constantly train. It's just an amazing feeling that just keeps on driving you to do it on a daily basis. Kwa hiyo I was around clients, I was around planning trips, I was or each holiday I had a job to do, either ni kusimamia sijui at a young age, either ni kusimamia watu kuwapeleka in different gates, umeona
mm,
labda Machame Gate, Marangu Gate, kwa register. Those are the small things I used to do. Lakini for me, it was like, oh my God, I used to go back to school and be like, yeah, I did this for holiday, you know?
mm,
So
mm.
yeah, so it was a really nice introduction
Okay.
to
Ah,
the tourism industry. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And did you ever see yourself working for Asante Tours? And what did the business mean to you personally, from a personal,
Personal
angle?
view.
Mm,
Um To be honest, right? From a young age, because wazazi wangu, they mold me in the tourism industry, mwana. Kwa hiyo, and when I was young, the small that I understood and the fun thing that I used to like is traveling. Umeona. Kwa hiyo mimi ile idea ya kwamba I'm gonna go to America, I'm gonna go to UK, I'm gonna go to Germany. Yani for me, it was like I'm going to be exposed to a different world. For me, it was something that I was excited at such a young age, Mona. Kwa hiyo hata the way they gave me different advices on what type of subjects I should take, what type of subjects I should focus at, even going to university, what type of course that I should take. It was
mm.
my parents had such a big influence, umeona. Kwa
Yeah.
hiyo, yes, kwa hiyo I actually never thought of what? Being a doctor? No. I've never thought
Mm,
about it.
mm,
Being an engineer? No. But all that was because of I was molded in that way, niliintroduciwa kwenye hayo maisha tayari. I didn't even see the bother to, explore something else, Mona. So
yeah.
yes, at such a young age, I did see myself working at the
Mm.
Sunday Tours. Yes, in the family business. I used to say that I would be an accountant, but accounting showed me flames. So I was like, no, wait.
Yeah.
Those numbers and balancing, balancing things were just not balancing for me. So, but then I did the marketing and the strategy side, which still I'm able to be in the tourism industry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wow. Wow, 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 wow. Now,
Mhm.
namba nipe okay. So
Yeah.
many people might assume that working in a family business is an easy path. Almost like
Mhm.
being spoon-fed. I've heard of this phrase a lot. Especially for kids ambao wametoka familia ambazo wazazi wao they have a really good established business, and
Yeah.
their children seem to have access to a lot of things. So now when they're older,
Mhm.
obviously some like yourself end up working in the family business.
Yeah.
Um and then it still looks like, they didn't work hard for it. Amepewa tu. So how
Mm.
has your experience been different from that perception?
Yani, when you say spoon fed, I think that's a phrase that I have been experiencing it my whole life. Um, Unfortunately, it's a phrase that actually really damaged me when I was very young. And when I say
Mm,
young, is when I didn't know who I was, I didn't know my worth, I didn't know my value. Kwa hiyo, yani mtu anakudiscourage, anakuona kwamba any there's nothing that you can do because there's no hustle that you're going to put in this while your
mm,
parents have already established it already. Umeona. One thing I would just want to say before I answer this question is that ndio, kuanza msingi kweli ni mgumu, lakini kumalizia nyumba it's even harder.
mhm,
Yani it's hard kuliko hata huo msingi. Anyway,
yeah,
msingi ndio it's hard. It takes time, lakini to actually fully finish a house, it's hard. So that's the perspective that I use in my own life. Kwa
mm,
hiyo when such words were everyone was telling me that, it did discourage me until I actually started working as a full-time employee in my parents' workspace.
mm,
So I finished university in 2023, and now I'm finishing my second year of full-time working for my
mm,
parents. And yani mimi, I will always say that I'm very lucky and I'm very grateful. Maana the perspective the way I was thinking nitakuwa in a very lavish, kwa ajili hivyo ndo nilivyoambiwa kwamba wazazi wangu wameshaeka hapo, wewe kazi yako tu ni kula.
yeah,
Lakini yani sasa hivi because nina passion, nina uelewa na ninatamani kupeleka where my parents have started ama where the 26 years are to 50 to 60.
mm,
I
mm,
actually have to think and work even harder than what they did, because what they did is not a joke. Kwa
yeah,
hiyo mimi natamani kweli niipeleke mbali. Na
mm,
nilivyoanza kufanya kazi na kupata uelewa wa business, how it really, really runs, to get the insights, to get the challenges. Girl, sometimes I don't sleep at night. Sometimes I dream and shout at people's names. I sit and just think, oh my God, hivi kesho ile hela nitaipata wapi? Umeona, you sit
yeah,
down and be like, kesho nawahudumiaje wageni? Kesho kuna hii crisis naisolveje? So it's not as easy. Kwanza it's not easy at all as people think. Tena a family business, I believe it's even harder because there's so much pressure. Yani, there's so much pressure to actually, where are you going to take this business to? Uitazama ama it's a ship that is going to continue floating, and
mm,
how will it float? Je,
mm,
itaongezeka ama itakaa hapo hapo?
yeah,
Umeona? Kwa hiyo the way nilivyosoma mimi chuo and the way nilivyoanza kujielewa, nilikuwa tu sitaki kwamba okay, imefika tutaongeza tu 27, 28 years, lakini nataka
Mm.
kuipeleka wapi Asante Tours? Natamani kupeleka wapi Weruweru? Natamani kupeleka wapi other business that we do, umeona? Kwa
Yeah.
hiyo people really think it's easy, but it's not easy. It comes with very high expectations. It comes with pressure to prove yourself kwamba you have kwa ajili yani nilivyoingia I was like, oh my God, this is actually hard. I
Mm.
can't do this. So it's a constant pressure for yourself wewe mwenyewe kwamba I can actually do it. Let me
Mm.
challenge myself. Makimi mwenyewe personally, I love challenging myself. Because it's like, no girl, you have to challenge yourself. You have to do this. You have to take these companies to the next step, to the next level. Umeona?
Mm.
Kwa hiyo, again, because I'm young, I'm female, in the society that we were brought up, females were not really always recognized.
Mm.
Constantly proving yourself that you're worth. Ata one of the reasons kupanda mlima, it was more of yani kuambia the guides that we work with, the porters, the chefs that we work with, like ata mimi, I know the struggles that you go through up the mountain,
I see.
so
Yeah.
umeona. Kwa hiyo it's like whatever I'm doing ama the way we work, I know it and I will do it at a first hand because I know. Kwa hata the way nitaboresha maisha ya wafanyakazi wangu is how, because I also experienced Mount Kilimanjaro. Umeona.
Mm.
So I need to know every product that we do at the first hand so that I can actually improve it in a better way. Umeona.
Yeah.
Kwa hiyo it's very challenging, umeona, and in the tourism industry kwa kweli you actually need to get the opportunity to actually experience it firsthand ili uweze ukafanikiwa. Lakini ukijifanya kwamba wewe ni bosi unakaa hapo tu, my friend, kuna sehemu tu utaharibu. Kwa hiyo
Yeah.
the perspectives that people had and kept in my mind really challenged me, still challenges me because I have friends. Yes, I still do call them friends because the more they see me as a working girl now, they appreciate ama the more they see kwamba they were wrong.
Yeah.
Umeona? Mpaka sasa hivi wanaona, okay, yeah, ana anytime she wants to travel, she goes. But I travel because of this purpose that I need to accomplish. Do you understand?
Mm. Mm.
I'm not just going to Germany to go relax. No, I'm going to work. Umeona? Kwa hiyo mtu anadhani tu I can take money at any time. No, I don't have that privilege. Mimi mwenyewe nikisema kwamba nahitaji hela, I have to look, is it ni sawa kuchukua hii hela? Ndio na hiyo privilege, lakini kwa ajili na mimi nimeingia kwenye hiyo biashara, je, ni sawa? Umeona? Kwa it's not all luxury as people think.
Mm.
Yeah. Kwa hiyo
Oh,
there are challenges and being able to navigate through these challenges, it's crazy, lakini I move day by day.
what I'm sensing is that there's probably a lot of judgment that you've faced based on these assumptions, especially
Yeah.
from friends.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Because, as you said, there is a lot of pressure from the business itself. So now, even the friends labda ambao unategemea, they would be more positive and supportive and those things that we want on our corner, especially
Yeah.
when we're coming into something that is very challenging.
Mm.
How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the judgment of friends and peers?
Okay. Yani nilivyomaliza uni ama when I was in my university stage, kwa kweli, I really pushed people away
Mm.
because the judgments were screaming too much, and because I was even studying to come work back at my parents' jobs. I mean my parents' workspace. Kwao nikaanza kujifunza na kupata self-awareness. What do I want? Umeona? How do I want to portray myself to the
Yeah.
world? Na Moshi, I live in Moshi. Moshi is such a small town. Kwa hiyo I had to really know myself before I came back home.
Mm,
And unfortunately, I needed to strategize myself so that sio kwamba nitakuwa na kufuata nikwambie Cecilia, do you know that I work really hard? Do you know that work is not hard? It's not easy. I'm very frustrated. No. Lakini the way I've portrayed myself to my friends, to the world is it's how I do these challenges. I did Mount Kilimanjaro. I did the cycling trip. I travel a lot. Lakini the videos ama the way I post myself ama mtu akinipigia simu, oh my God, I heard that you're in UK. What are you doing in UK? I'm like, oh dude, I'm actually working. I'm trying to look for companies, clients. Kwa mtu anapata ile knowledge at first hand kwamba, oh my God, okay. She's actually working for this. Umeona.
mm,
She's actually putting herself out there. She's actually, leo amepanda mlima. Kwa hiyo, the more I do different things, I think if you're a really close friend of mine, the more you actually see Christabel actually huyu halali. Yani,
mm,
I think one of my friend nilivyotoka mlimani na nilivyotoka cycling, I think after 3 days I went mlimani and she just called me and she was like, dude, did you actually sleep? Are you okay? Are your muscles okay? Mwone, lakini ni mmojawapo ambao anasemaga yani wewe bwana, unajua mnaambiana tu kwa matani kwamba yani wewe bwana, you're so lucky, your father, your mother have really, you know, got it all. Lakini ile after finishing the cycling challenge, after finishing the mountain, she was just like, yo dude, you actually really, really work really hard. Umeona. Kwa hiyo,
mm,
I think that's how I'm navigating it. I'm telling a story indirectly. Yeah,
mm,
it's a marketing side for me in terms of business wise. Lakini at the same time, for people who are my friends and people who know me, they actually see a different perspective of Christabel as a working girl and not because yeah, people know me. I love napenda raha. And then the top,
mhm,
yani still place nice, stressed. Lakini because of I'm always happy 24/7. I try to be happy 24/7 to give people ama to have a good energy. Kwa watu wanajua Christabel anapenda raha, but all in all, that's a different Christabel. Part of Christabel pia, she's a hardworking girl. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I love that. And
Yeah.
you are hardworking. And I think something that
Asante.
can tie us back. The reason why I would even say you're very hardworking, and maybe some people labda wanashindwa kuona hicho, is because you're very bubbly. You're a happy person.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
lot of the time, people that wanafikiria watu ndo wana work hard are people who are very tense. Unakuta mtu guys,
Yes.
disclaimer, I'm not saying that people wear suits and wear very serious outfits hawafanyi kazi,
Yeah.
but kuna mazingira fulani ukiyatengeneza mtu ndo anahisi mtu anafanya kazi. Have you ever seen those
Anafanya
memes?
kazi.
Mtu Yes, mtu yuko kazini, mara ameshika faili, ameshika laptop. Hey,
Wait,
naenda meeting.
sikusikii.
Hey, yani mtu anaonekana
Yeah.
yuko very tense, yuko busy, kumbe hamna hata kitu anafanya.
Yes. Yani
Um,
hata nilivyokuwa mlimani, I was still able to do my skincare routine up the mountain.
mm.
I was still able to shower. Umeona? Yani
Yeah.
I'm still at work lakini bado mimi a girly still did this skin routine. That's why my skin even Rudy,
Mm,
people are like, but your skin haikuharibika. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I took my skincare products with me, you know. I still showered. I don't smell like a 7 day, 8 days no showering, you know, because yeah, kwa hiyo it's not that I need to look like I'm tired, you know. I need to look like no. Ndo maana ile kitu ya don't ever look like your problems. Kwa hiyo hicho kitu ya kwamba don't ever look like your problems, that's something that I work with every day.
I love that. Yeah. I
Yes.
think I'm
Yeah.
on the same.
Yeah.
I believe on the same. Don't look
Yeah.
like your problems. And the more you dwell on
Yeah.
your problems, the more they become bigger problems. So,
Yeah. Na
yeah. Nah,
unazeeka sana.
love that.
Yani, yeah,
So,
unazeeka
kweli.
hata yeah, yani I think that's how my parents, they will look very, my mom especially, they will look very young. It's because she has tuned herself that her problems are not going to be shown on her face the way she looks. She'll always smile, and that's who she is. Yani, she's what? I think she's around 50 something, late 50s. Lakini goddamn,
Mm,
she looks very young. She looks
yeah,
very
she
young.
looks so
Umeona?
good. So
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kwa
I
hiyo,
love that.
yeah, those are
Mm,
like my role models. Ndo maana hata mimi shida zipo lakini utaka uzione. Yani, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Now, um, the weight of legacy.
Yeah.
Which is more or less the title of this episode. We see a lot of people starting businesses. We see a lot of African families in that context starting businesses. But then we also see
Mm,
a lot of them failing. And then those that manage to even pass, let's say, the 5-year tenure, end up thriving and they do well. But some
mm-hmm.
of them do not survive the past or the first generation. In this
Yeah.
context, let's say your parents started the business and then being able to pass the baton to you, and you being able to pass the baton to your children, and your children
Yeah.
passing it to their children can become quite difficult. But we over the years, I've taken note of other families,
Mm-hmm.
Arab families, Indian families, they do so well in passing on businesses. Why do you
Yeah.
think that we as Africans, in most contexts, do not manage to do this so well?
Yani, I'll start with kama mimi, the phrase of you're spoon fed, ninge
Mm,
accept, I would probably not be here where I am right now.
mm,
Umeona. Lakini sikukubali hiyo phrase iniingie kichwani because the way my parents exposed me into this industry at a young age, they made me love it. They
mm,
created passion in me. Umeona, they really created it in me at a young age. Nikaona kwamba, yani, there's nothing else in this world except this beautiful, beautiful natural things that we have for Tanzania. Umeona, yani easy experiences, easy challenges, easy sijui leo naenda kumuona simba. Like that was the world for me. And I loved it because my parents did that. Kwa hiyo at a young age wazazi wangu waliweza kunisaidia hivyo. Sasa where utofauti wa Arabs, Indians with African family is that first they parents struggle to actually introduce the family business at a young age. Yani humvalue mtoto wako in that way. Umeona. Alafu pia kumguide, yani mtoto kumguide kwenye yale mazingira. Then kwa mfano how mimi, my parents helped me to choose a good course. They looked at the pattern of my secondary life and they told me, okay, no, don't take accounts. Maybe marketing could be a good one. Don't take labda economics. Maybe a marketing and strategy could be one. Umeona, could be a good one. Kwa hiyo where we struggle is that kwa ajili now labda mimi nimeamua kusoma labda mambo ya what is the sciences, lakini my parents are in tourism. That's the
Yeah.
first wrong step for parents. Yani, you have to try and lead, not force. There's a difference. Not force.
Mm.
At the end of the day, me and my parents, yes, they led me into that direction, but they still were able to expose me to other industries. For example, I was
Mm.
very good in swimming in what is this, in high school. I could be if I didn't stop, but I could be in maybe in the Olympics, if I hadn't,
Absolutely. You are really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it, Mona. Sijui my parents were, they exposed me in different things. They exposed me to attend different conferences. They exposed me to volunteer in different things. They exposed me to give me different internships in different industries, kwenye mambo ya leadership, kwenye mambo ya volunteer kwenye NGOs. Mona, kwa hiyo, they gave me that room of space, lakini they made me love tourism.
Mm.
Umeona. Kwa hiyo lead but do not force. Umeona. Alafu pia in terms of, for example, mimi nikija kuolewa, it's going ile culture ya kwamba watoto wangu kuingia kwenye family business ya kwangu, ya wazazi wangu, kiculture ya Kitanzania, kwanza mi nikiolewa nahitaji kuondoka.
Mm.
Umeona, kwa hiyo kuna ile generational family businesses zinakufa because unakuta labda familia imezaa tu watoto wa kike. Umeona, kwa
Mm.
watoto wa kike wakiolewa, they go where the husbands are.
Yeah.
Lakini
Yes.
unakuta wazazi wameestablish kitu kikubwa, lakini hata mzazi mwenyewe hana ile confidence ya kusema let me bring up my child in that direction, lakini anajua hata nikimpeleka kwenye that direction it won't work, but because eventually she will get married and she'll move where? To the
Definitely.
husband's side.
Mm.
Umeona, kwa
Mm.
hiyo there's so many challenges, lakini ukikutana Waarabu, Wahindi, there's so many of culture yao kwamba huyu anaweza kuolewa na huyu, yani bado inaishi wapi? Ile familia bado inaishi pale pale, yani haoi mbali,
Mm. Yes, how
haolewi
bad.
mbali. Hiyo pia is a
Mm.
really big advantage, lakini hata sisi tuna hiyo advantage kutoa ile mentality ya kwamba yes, naolewa lakini I don't have to leave my family
Yeah.
business. I can still work in my family business. Umeona?
Yeah.
Even if my husband wants to work in the family business, they can, and it should be a normal thing.
I completely agree because honestly, nimeona hiyo sana and I applaud Indian Arab families for being able kutengeneza mazingira. And it's not that labda they're not happy. I think
Yeah,
they're happy because they live in a community. Kwa hiyo kama hivyo kaka yako, wewe, kama mlikuwa mna
yeah,
siblings wengine, you live as a community while you're still continuing this legacy. Kwa hiyo everybody is happy, everybody is benefiting and it continues. Kwa hiyo I remember recently watching a video that was talking about how tumedanganywa sana kwamba ukifika 20 au ukifika 18 leave your family's house, nenda katafute maisha yako.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah,
I used to
yeah,
believe that, and I think my circumstances were quite different. But now when I think of it in
yeah.
hindsight, I wish I knew better, because why do I have to leave my home where I was raised just because I'm
Yeah,
trying to prove to society kwamba naweza kuwa independent? You don't, because if you guys are building something together, why do you have to go huko mbali ukateseke? Akati nyumbani kuna mazingira yametengenezwa for you to thrive, for your children to thrive, for your grandchildren to thrive, if you guys all work together as a team, you know? So this is such a beautiful point ambayo umeleta, and I really, really hope that more families, especially African families, can really start leaning towards too. I don't think any suffering does not come with a price tag. Kwamba it will come with an
Yeah.
award. Kwamba you suffered,
Yeah.
well done. So I think we should
Yeah.
normalize especially kama wewe ni binti umeolewa, hey, bring your husband on board without, he doesn't have to feel like he's less masculine because he's coming to work at your family business. In fact,
Yeah.
afurahie because you guys are working for your children and for your grandkids together. um yeah, so I really, really love that point, and I hope kwa wale ambao watakuwa wanasikiliza, they will take
Sikiliza
this
now.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get
Yeah.
inspired, yeah, kwa kweli, because yani ukikaa na society kwa kweli, I don't think if you can move, honestly. Like
Yeah.
hata mimi
Yeah.
when I came back from university, I constantly said, I need to move out from my parents' house. I need to move out. Lakini
Mm,
I think this is the time whereby I get the opportunity to save hela. Yani kuproperly save hela na kufikiria how can I inject my savings nikija labda huku kuondoka sasa nimeolewa or something like that. Lakini usione yani
mm,
at home as much as yes, parents can be sometimes, yeah, we all know.
mm,
Lakini
mm,
lakini for me at first I was like, yeah, I need to move out. There's so much controlling. There's so much unarudi nyumbani saa ngapi, which because nimeishi sana mimi mwenyewe in South Africa when I was in uni. So coming back to this life, it was very hard. Lakini at the same time, for now, I'm happy because I get the opportunity to actually save and do
mm,
like I do like major things for with my money, like use my money properly. Umeona, rather than
yeah.
thinking rent, sijui leo niende sokoni, sijui hela ya umeme, maji, for now I don't have to think about that for now.
Yeah.
Umeona,
You,
yeah.
and you focus on the business, you focus on the important
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
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 Which is good. Um,
Mm.
what fears or pressures you personally feel carrying your parents' legacy forward, labda, brings? Do you have any fears in bringing this
Mm.
legacy forward, maybe?
So my biggest fear ama my worry, unajua, as much as ndio ni kampuni, we're all looking to find to better our living conditions, unaona, bado tuweze kuishi na kuweza kuafford different things, lakini wazazi wangu pia they've based so much in helping the community. Kwa hiyo
Mm,
yani biashara yetu we try and touch each person, umeona, hata the way we operate, the people that we help out, like ile kuwapa kazi, we try and just push our agendas kupata wageni wengi so that we actually can support our porters, guides, wapishi. Kwa hiyo for me my biggest pressure ama my biggest fear ni kudisappoint not just my family but the community that depends on Asante Tours and Weruweru. Like I believe
mm,
ama I've seen it at first hand that any person who works for Asante ama Weruweru wakiondoka ama wasipoondoka hapo hapo walipo, they strive wao wenyewe. Yani we
mm,
try our level best to expose. Hata my parents ni mabosi ambao they can actually sit down and speak to their porters, which not everyone does
mm,
that. Umeona, it's a CEO who can actually sit down and speak to their waiters, kuwapa ile exposure ya maisha, fikra za maisha, kuwa expose kwamba unajua hela yako maybe you can actually do 1 2 3 4 5. Umeona? Kwa hiyo mimi it's not just my parents, lakini it's the community that they have built for quite some time now, kuwapa
Mm.
opportunities. Umeona? Wewe unapata employ wafanyakazi, lakini amefanya kazi for over 15 years now. They have the exposure, wamesafiri kwenda nje, wameenda shule to increase their education, sijui wamenini, wameweza
Mm.
kujenga nyumba, wameweza ku actually start their own family within hapo
Mm.
hapo. Kwa hiyo it's a community that they're also looking at. They're also seeing if I have the same spirit and behaviors like my parents. My parents, yes, we were raised in such a wealthy family. They can afford what they can afford. Lakini they are very humble.
Mm.
Yani, we were raised in a humble being. Umeona? Kwa hiyo, I have
Yeah.
people who are looking up to me and see, am I going to also be humble? Umeona? Ama hizi hela ambao
Mm.
Mungu anaendelea kutubless na kazi tunazoendelea kuzifanya, je, zitanifanya niwe mtu tofauti? Kwa hiyo for me it's
Mm.
just pressure to keep up with the what my parents have started and increasing it and expanding it to be better. Kwa hiyo kama my
Yeah.
parents were successfully to help out 1,000 people in over maybe the 26 years, maybe I should do
Mm.
2,000 or more. That's just a number. Lakini the community that they were able to trust my parents, I want them to trust me too. Umeona?
Mm.
Kwa hiyo,
Mm.
I think carrying that responsibility is a lot of pressure, but all in all, because the minute walivyonipokea the community, baba yangu na mangu walivyonipokea, kakangu walivyonipokea na kunipa hiyo support, kwa kweli I feel like nothing is impossible and everything
Yeah.
is possible, kwa kweli. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I will do it. I believe that I will do it beautifully. Though
Yeah.
nita hustle. Vimachozi
Yeah.
vitatoka sana na kutokulala na kunini, lakini let the challenge begin and I'm up there front line kabisa kuiface it. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe you're gonna do well. I believe you're gonna do well
Yeah.
because of the
Asante.
self-awareness that you have. Yeah, because unajua if you're arrogant and ignorant, it's very easy to fall off. But I
Yeah.
think you have a really good understanding of what your parents have started. And at the same time, the way you connect with people is, I believe, is also your superpower. But I also
Mm,
believe that the vision that you have for the business, in terms of
mm,
how you want to continuously better the business, is
yeah.
also a hand that is going to help you and is going to uphold you to reach those heights. So you're gonna do well. Sina hofu.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So
asante.
yeah, I believe it. Kwa hiyo you have us cheering for you on the sideline. Okay, so do you think your parents prepared you well for this role, or do you feel that it has been more of a learn on the job type of thing?
Okay. I think I would say both. I think I was prepared,
Mm.
meaning I was exposed to the industry from a young age. Lakini
Mm.
currently, because I'm full-time working, I'm actually learning on the job. It's very hard.
Mm.
Yani, it's
Mhm.
very hard. Yani, uh, I think one of my biggest challenge is that mtu anaweza akakupigia simu akakwambia, madam, kuna changamoto hii. Lakini my biggest challenge ni kwamba because I don't have the experience, I'm not sure on how to lead it. Na I'm not sure on how to solve the problem. Umeona na sasa hivi my parents actually they barely go to work. Because they trust me so much, they actually do other things. They're looking for how to retire, so they're busy doing other things. Kwa hiyo kuna ile kitu of like mtu ananipigia, mfanyakazi ananipigia, madam, sasa tunafanyaje? So I am learning every day. It's hard. Sometimes it's very emotional because I'm such an emotional person. Kwa hiyo
Mm,
I would cry, I would eat so much just to
mm,
release my stress. Lakini all in all, I'm trying my best.
yeah.
Na luckily, the people that are around me, as much as yes, they seek my opinion, but they actually I've given them the room to suggest what do they think on how to solve
Mm,
such a situation, umeona. Kwao wananipa
mm,
room ya kulearn, wananifundisha as much as ndio nimeingia kama bosi, lakini they've given me the opportunity to also learn from them
yeah.
openly, umeona. Yeah, so
Yeah.
kwa hiyo yeah, it's hard learning at the job, lakini I'm doing day by day. Nah, it's a good
Mm,
journey kwa kweli. Yeah, it's a good journey.
I love that.
And
I love that.
it excites me. For now it's not boring
Mhm.
because every day I'm learning something new. Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Now the business side, the ins and out, the day to day. So what does your
Yeah.
typical day look like for you in the tour company? Or when you go to where do you have a
Work.
more planned out schedule, or is it just like the day unfold and you're like, I don't even know how that happened?
Yeah, I don't have a set schedule. I do sometimes before I sleep write a to-do list on what I would love to accomplish that day. Lakini some days I'm working on strategies, and some days I'm working in the market department, the other days I'm meeting clients. you know some days niko safari porini, I'm trying to navigate around. Some days niko the accounts that I was trying to run away when I was in secondary, it's catching up with me. Kwa hiyo every day actually is not the same, yani it's really
Yeah.
not the same. Kwa hiyo yeah, as much as I am employed as a strategic and marketing person, lakini I do involve myself in different departments because I need to learn and understand each
Mm,
department for a better understanding and for better expandation in the future. Yes, so I
yeah.
don't have a typical day.
Okay, okay. And how do you balance, the family relationship with the professional responsibilities of the company? Because you guys are family. How do you guys separate the two?
The me, I think I could say that I'm a black sheep of the family. Maana
Mm,
tukiwa nyumbani, I hate it with so much passion to speak about work. Like that thing really annoys me and frustrates me because the minute I leave work, I expect to go home and relax. And actually,
yeah.
that was the main reason why I would want to move out from home, because home, you speak about business. When you're at work, you speak about business. So ile room ya kupumzika haipo, umeona.
Yeah.
Lakini um, at the end of the day, I still need because nikiangalia the bond, because we're in an African family, so the bond that you
Mm,
can actually speak to your father is about work. You know, I
mm,
don't think if I could ever speak to my dad about artists, music, or speak about,
mm,
something that it's unusual. Yani, zile ambao
Yeah.
una wish kuziongelea umeona. So it's very hard to balance, but respectfully, when they seek updates about work, what's going on, where can we help, I do respectfully respond. But if I can avoid
Mm.
it, I very much avoid it. Yes. So it's-
Yeah,
yeah, so a
I can
lot
understand.
of,
Yeah.
but then but at the same time, I do get the wisdom, I do get the advice. Kwa hiyo it's hard
Mm.
to balance, lakini I try to balance by doing other things. So I don't stay at home during the weekends. I'll go do an activity, I'll go involve myself somewhere else.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And as we're wrapping up, because this session is going over an hour and a half almost.
Yeah.
You know, how are you working to ensure that your parents' legacy doesn't die with them? And that, and maybe to add on to that question, would you love your kids to be in the same business?
Oof, that's oh, I haven't thought about that, but
Mm,
I think the way I'm approaching my parents' legacy is continue being curious,
mm,
continue to see what the world has to offer for me personally.
mm,
Like as much as the legacy is there, but for me to actually still to have the spark to or to still the passion to still be alive, I need to also see what the world offers for me. Na hiyo
mm,
itanisaidia mimi kuincorporate what I have as a personal, as Christabel, to incorporate inside Asante Tours or Weruweru. Maana nikisema kwamba maisha yangu yatakuwa tu Weruweru na Asante Tours, nitachoka sehemu.
mm,
Make I will lose myself in that. So I still need
mm,
to know who's Christabel and what drives Christabel so that I can still have the passion to drive Asante Tours and Weruweru. As
mm.
much
I
as
love.
there's still value, yes, as much as there's still value and vision and missions ambao wazazi wangu wameziweka ili Asante Tours ifike hapo ilipo, lakini mi mwenyewe, what are my values in the professional side? Umeona, as
Mm,
Christabel, umeona, because Christabel is Christabel on the other side and Christabel the professional side. So who is she? So I need to identify that to be able to actually run this legacy.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Um, Now we
And
spoke
for
about
my
the whole.
kids, and for my kids,
Yes.
Uh, I don't have any, but I will expose them into that
Mm,
life. Lakini, I will also expose them into different industries and I will
mm,
support them as as much as I can. Kwa kweli,
mm,
yani akiniambia anataka kuwa pilot, sawa mwanangu, twende. Sijui mami, I'm not
mm,
sure what I really want to be. Sawa mwanangu, this is what I know. I know tourism. This is what I'm going to introduce you. Lakini ukiona engineering umeipenda, twende. Yani
mm,
whatever they want to. For example, my brother,
mm.
his profession is a pilot. Lakini
Yeah.
ameingia kwenye urubani na aviation, ameingiza tourism in it. So he actually
Mm,
flies some of our clients. He
I
has a
see.
Ruka Africa product that he does scenic flights. He does different things. Ameingia kwenye aviation, lakini because amekuwa exposed into the tourism industry, na yeye ameingiza his professionalism into the
Mm,
industry. So the
yeah.
legacy still continues, it does not die.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Um,
Mm.
Now we've spoken about legacy, and
Yeah.
earlier on we were talking about how, exposing your children to all those different aspects of the family business and introducing them early can
Yeah.
more or less ignite that the light and energy to be able to want to pursue or even be involved in the family business in the longer haul. Now,
Yeah.
do you have any advice to the younger people who, in spite of their parents maybe putting in the effort, kwamba, hey, we're introducing you to this business? Because I believe there's some parents that do their best, but then the kids sometimes are a bit skeptical in getting involved in the business because either they're scared their parents might be controlling, they might not have enough room to exercise their own creativity in the business, because it's very natural for a parent that has been running a business for over 20 years to hold on to the business so closely
Yeah.
that even if they're being
Mm.
told, hey, there's this other route, we could improve the business, we could do this, we could do that, wazazi
Mm.
sometimes wanakuwa wagumu. So what would you advise someone who is yuko pale anatamani asupport, lakini at the same time
Mm.
anaona sidhani kama itawezekana.
Ataweza. Yeah. Kwa
mm,
kweli in the family business kweli, ndo maana nilikuwa nasema kwamba it's very necessary kujijua the type of person that you are, because
mm,
ukiingia kwenye family business ukawa hauna ile nguvu ya stand up for yourself, depression hits, anxiety hits, a lot of things will just demotivate you to do anything in the family business. What I
mm,
can, and dealing with parents, it's not easy to deal with parents, honestly, because they have the mentality that they know everything. Kwa hiyo
mm,
na wewe ukisema kwamba you know everything, someday you will clash. And obviously
mm,
the parents will win. In African society, you can never say that eti mamako babako ni muongo ama they're incorrect. That's a very
mm,
hard statement that you can say. Lakini what I would love to really tell young people is to be patient. Yani,
mm,
patience is the way forward. You can get angry, you can get emotional, lakini when you have patience yani patient to actually tolerate these people, your parents, mabosi
mm,
zako, make hapo sawa na two titles, they're your bosses and they're your parents. You have to be
mm,
patient and take time to learn everything as much as you can. Alafu don't
mm,
rush yourself kusema kwamba nataka niingie Asante Tours, I want to change everything. Yani,
mm,
don't rush to change just to prove yourself that ama to prove yourself, your parents, that you cannot either, that you can work and what they're doing is not right, ama to prove kwamba you cannot work. Unajua
mm.
wazazi wanasema jaribu, ukishindwa nenda, lakini wewe unakuta kwamba you just want to rush and change things ili wazazi waone, oh, no, 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 I can't work with my son, I cannot work with my daughter. No, do
Yeah.
not rush. Yani, the world is evolving every day, especially yani in the digital side. Na wazazi
Mm,
wetu, unfortunately, it's not easy for them to adapt. Make umri umeenda, them to learn something new leo, wewe it will take you 1 week, them it will take them even 6 months. Kwa your patience to see them, to understand ama to teach them to see your vision, it's going to be hard, lakini because umejiekea kwamba you're going to be patient, itakusaidia to slowly guide them and to slowly for them to guide you. With that
mm,
shift ama with that pace, bado utakuwa una stay active, confidence yako itaendelea kukua, and mzazi wako kukuheshimu, kuleta new ideas itakuwepo. Make mzazi
Mm,
lazima akuangalie mwanangu anawezaje, lakini ukiileta in a certain pace ambao inaendana kwao na inaendana kwako, then parents
mm,
wanakupa ile respect. Mimi mwaka
mm,
jana my parents used to come to work every day, lakini I can see my parents this year they come to work twice a week, 3 times a week, lakini it's
mm,
because wamenipa ile, wameniheshimu na wameniamini kwamba I can make decision, and any decision that I make it will favor the company. Make mi mwenyewe
mm.
naipenda ile kampuni kama ni yangu.
Yes.
So young people like me, they need to balance everything and honoring their experience while introducing their new perspective.
Yeah.
Yani ona, yani usirush kufika the destination, go through that journey.
Mm,
Kasirikaneni we na baba yako na mama yako, argue, lakini at the end of the day, respect, patience, and guide each other and try to balance.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I
Well,
would
that's
advise young people.
yeah, that's really good. That's really good advice. Yeah, because yani umeenda huko
Yeah.
umesoma umepata degree yako masters, you're like I know it all now, and then
Mhm.
unakutana na mzee hapo amefanya
Yes.
business hiyo miaka 30, anasema what, you
Ah,
pretending you know more than me.
ah. Wanakuambia
Yeah.
unani, yeah, yani anakuambia unajua ini, yani tena yani ukienda kibabe babe anakuambia kaka, dada, hii ni kampuni yangu. What are you doing?
Yes.
Umeona? Eh, yani unaweza ukasema kwamba okay, hii strategy kweli itafanya kazi, lakini kwa ajili hujachukua ule muda kumsomesha mzazi wako, ukiimplement
Mm,
leo, after 1 week because haielewi anaitoa, and he has the
yeah.
rights,
Yeah.
lakini he has the rights because you did not take the initiative kumfeed mzazi
Mm,
wako akaielewa. It takes a lot of patience kwa kweli.
I agree. I agree. And to finalize this heartful,
Reconnecting.
now that you've gone through all that you've gone through, you've seen what you've seen, and this is just the beginning of your journey. Um, what personal visions do
Yeah.
you have for the business moving forward?
Kwa kweli, yani I cannot say or point out exactly because I'm still in the learning process and actually
Mm,
still getting or gaining the insights of the company. Lakini mimi, I still wish to expand in any, as much as now I think we have main products, maybe 5. Kwa
mm,
hiyo I would love, in product side, I would love to increase na kuwa-involve pia local tourists. Yani unajua
mm,
tumebase sana kwenye internationals, lakini I would love to also offer products that Tanzanians would actually love and cherish, to give Tanzanians the chance to actually also explore their own country, you know.
mm,
Uh,
mm,
at the heart of this growth, I will always try and make it as tours to be stable, to empower the community as how my parents have always done it, to just everyone who's trying to benefit in the tourism industry niweze kuisaidia, umeona, alafu maybe try and expand into the African destinations,
mm,
maybe
mm.
nifungue branch South Africa, nifungue branch Namibia, you never know, lakini
Yeah.
my goal is kwa kweli overall is to just keep it growing, bring new ideas, create new opportunities, not just maybe in the tourism industry. Kwa mfano kakangu alivyoweza kuleta aviation in the industry. Na mimi labda
Mm,
nitaleta, my dream actually is to create an amusement park. Or maybe in the amusement park, what can it offer in the tourism industry? But just be
mm,
able to embrace the culture, the roots that I was raised in, the authenticity at Tanzania, and just create the positive, the amani na upendo of my
mm.
family that I was raised in, niweze kuendelea kuispread ukubwa in a larger scale. But I
Yeah.
see Asante having other branches in different countries. I see us
Mm,
Wereru to expand different locations. Kwa hiyo kwa kweli ni
mm.
Mungu aendelee kuniweka alive in a good health, thinking capacity, having the right support on my side. Yeah, kwa
Yeah.
kweli. Kwa hiyo I see a brighter future. Kwa kweli.
I love that. Unavyoongea, I can literally visualize everything that you're saying, which is quite beautiful. So, yeah, you have us cheering for you on the
Thank you.
sideline and wherever you need us. You are
Asante.
fantastic. And just
Yeah,
listening to you now,
thanks so much.
I am so proud to have known you, to be part of your life journey. Uh, you're a brilliant
Yeah,
mind. You're unique. You're very much yourself. So I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of where you've come
thank
from, where you
you.
are now, and the future that is in store for you. So congratulations for 2 years of full time in the family business, and to many more years
Full-time
of,
job. Yeah, working
yeah,
there.
you bring a lot of positivity to the business. No lie, I do follow you guys in your socials,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, and I've seen how much even the overall marketing of the company has shifted kidogo. It's brighter, exciting. There's more energy to
yeah.
it. It looks like now this
Thank
is a
you.
fully fledged department that has someone riding on it full time,
Asante.
which I love. So your
Yeah,
work, tunaiona.
yeah. Mm,
Keep thriving, and we're here with you.
Asante.
Hongera sana,
Thank
my
you,
love.
wifey. Thank you,
Thank you,
wifey.
Javi. Thank you for joining Hadithi Yangu podcast. Any final remarks?
Nah, you're really thank you for creating this platform for us to share different stories of our lives. I think this topic is something that I really wanted to. I didn't know where to share it with because I'm sure
Mm,
100% a lot of young people like me are really struggling to maneuver around on how to go about it, especially like
mm,
my young people younger than me who are still in university trying to find themselves and they still have
mm,
a platform to actually take advantage of it. Go for it,
yeah.
take a shot. Go asante sana for creating this platform for me and for welcoming me
Mm,
to be able to express the experience that I'm experiencing right now. It's hard, it's challenging, lakini kwa kweli I am happy, I'm glowing, I'm
yeah.
growing, and
Mm.
I'm getting the money that I want for now, and I'm striving to get more money. I'm securing the bag on a daily
Yes,
basis.
secure
I
the
know
bag,
money
girl.
motivates people.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know money motivates people. Lakini, if you can work in a place whereby you connect and you feel it, it's a different type of satisfaction kwa kweli. Kwa hiyo,
Yeah.
and money comes where you're humble. Kwa hiyo, be humble and the money will follow you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
will.
all I
It
can
will.
say.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah.
Dear listener, thank you for taking this journey with us. We are so grateful to have you on board. To help us grow, please share this show with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe. We are on Instagram and TikTok under the name Hadithi Yangu Podcast. We would love to hear from you. Share your feedback. And if you have a story you want to share with the world, send us a DM or an email on hadithiyangupodcast@gmail.com.